The story begins with a man named Doyle, who calls himself Lord Doyle. He's a gambler, currently in Macau, the gambling capital of the world. This city is known as the City of Miracles, but Doyle doesn't believe in miracles. He knows that in just a few days, his life as he knows it will be over. Doyle has run out of money. Desperate, he searches the city and stumbles upon a bundle of cash. Just as he's about to take it, he notices something at his door, a letter, slipped in mysteriously. Doyle has no idea who left it. Panic sets in, trying to leave his hotel unnoticed. Doyle covers his face, but outside, he can't get a hold of the hotel limousine. He refuses to call a regular taxi, claiming he's only one big win away from everything turning around. The valet, Kyle, suggests a casino where Doyle might get credit. But before he can leave, the hotel manager stops him. Doyle hasn't paid his hotel bills in a long time. He insists he'll call his private banker in London to settle everything immediately. But today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday, and Monday is a bank holiday. The manager warns that if the payment doesn't arrive by Tuesday, he'll have no choice but to notify the police. Inside, Doyle is panicking, but the truth is, he's here because nobody knows him. In this city, he can be anyone. He can live however he wants. Doyle arrives at a casino where they play Punto Banco Baccarat, one of the fastest games in the world, where millions can be won or lost in moments. The rules are simple. 2 cards are dealt face down to the player with the highest wager. The highest hand wins. Cards 2 through 9 are worth their face value. 10s and picture cards count as 0, and the highest possible score is 9. Doyle takes a seat to play, wearing his lucky gloves. A casino worker named Daoming compliments him on his Chinese. His first opponent is an elderly woman rumored to see spirits. The game begins. Doyle loses the first round, and in moments, he loses every last penny he has. Seeing his desperate situation, Daoming offers him credit. Doyle agrees, but Dao insists he pay his bar bill first. Trying to avoid it, Doyle orders more drinks and slips away, claiming he needs to visit the men's room. The next day, tragedy strikes outside Doyle's hotel. A man who had also been offered credit by Daoming commits suicide. Daoming flees the scene, and Doyle follows. She's looking for a taxi, so he hails one for her. Daoming reminds him that he owes money for the drinks. Doyle has none. He tries to make amends, explaining that he has no other creditors and that, by probability, he's bound to start winning soon. Daoming remains skeptical, but eventually she allows him inside her home. Doyle tells Daoming that what happened with the man who jumped wasn't her fault, but Daoming is deeply shaken by the tragedy. She admits that she thought Doyle looked very distinguished when she saw him at the casino wearing those yellow gloves. Doyle explains that those are his good luck gloves. He tries to ask her for credit again, but Daoming has stopped giving credit to anyone. Doyle points out that if he owes money, she owes money too. He realizes that if Dao worked as a broker in a high-end casino, she could be making straight commissions, but she doesn't. That's why she's trying to make money through credit and side bets. Both of them are in similar situations. They both need money. Daoming goes to a temple to pray. She murmurs that she should have refused him credit. Doyle asks about the man who jumped, but Dao doesn't know his name. She tells Doyle that all men are the same, asking what makes him different apart from being a lord. Doyle smiles and says, "My gloves." Dao mentions that it's the festival of the hungry ghost. In a week, people will burn offerings for the dead. She's planning to leave, but Doyle insists she stays. He promises, "I'm about to win big. When I do, I'll pay off your debts too." That night, Doyle and Dao fall asleep. But in the morning, Dao is gone, leaving only a message written on her hand. Doyle sees it and heads back to his hotel, preparing for the day. In the elevator, a woman takes his photo. Doyle chases after her. She tries to sneak away, but he catches her. "Could you delete that selfie?" he asks. "My privacy means a lot to me." The woman questions him, saying, "It's not like you're on the run." She introduces herself as Betty. Doyle approaches her cautiously, asking who she is and what she wants. Betty simply says, "Justice." Doyle smirks, "Lend me $500 and get whatever justice you want." He realizes that Betty is the one who slipped the mysterious letter under his door, sent by a private investigator firm. He warns her that photography isn't allowed in the casino and that she won't get another photo unless she pays him. Betty calls him Mr. Riley. Doyle grabs her bag and runs off, with Betty chasing him. After a long pursuit, she catches up. Riley asks for $500 in exchange for her phone. He takes the money and heads straight to the casino. But instead of keeping it, he gives Betty $10,000, telling her to sit quietly and watch him win. Betty refuses the money, saying not everyone is like him. Riley smiles and admits, "Okay, I've made mistakes in the past. Everyone does. I'm not a criminal," Riley insists. But the truth is, he had just run off after stealing a considerable sum from one of Betty's clients. Trying to smooth things over, he suggests, "How about dinner and a dance? Maybe we can come to some arrangement." Betty, outraged, replies, "How dare you?" But instead of taking her 500 rupees back, she tells him to keep it. "You'll blow it all on the next round of Baccarat," she warns. And that's exactly what happens. Riley goes back to the casino and loses everything again, playing against that same elderly grandma. Frustrated, he walks out, having saved only a small amount tucked in his socks. Just then, he sees Daoming ahead. As Riley tries to get past, he falls. He scrambles, takes his remaining money, and rushes back to the casino, losing it all once more. That's when Betty takes his photo. She confronts him. He stole £957,000 from her client's account. Betty reveals her real name, Cynthia, and shows Riley a death certificate. Shocked, Riley protests, "I look like this dead man, but I'm not him. I'm not Mr. Riley." Cynthia lays down an ultimatum. Deposit all the stolen money into her firm's account within 24 hours, or she will have him deported to the UK to face charges. She can do this because she now has his photograph. Riley comments on her work, noting how little she earns despite all her effort. Cynthia fires back, "You stole that money from a helpless old woman who trusted you. You are a criminal through and through, and your childish pride has set you beyond redemption. Your Lord Doyle habits are shabby and amateurish." Riley sits down to think, glancing at Daoming's message written on his hand. He heads to her house, but it's locked. Just as he's about to give up, a picture of Llama Island slides from under the door. Grabbing it, Riley rushes straight to a man named Lippet. "I need to get out of here," Riley says. "There's a boat to Hong Kong in 3 hours, and you owe me 8 grand. Just pay up." Lippet only has 2 grand to give, and Riley can't help but repeat his own line. "How about dinner and a dance? Maybe we can come to an arrangement." To just sit down. Lippet calls him Riley. Shocked, Riley asks how he knows the name. Lippet admits he told Betty about him, but only for amnesty. "I have my own tracks to cover," he explains. Riley panics, realizing everything is spiraling. Lippet warns him not to do anything rash, and even puts the dinner bill in Riley's name. Riley takes a boat to Hong Kong and checks into a hotel. He eats, enjoying caviar and blinis, but anxiety gnaws at him. Guards stand at the hotel gate, and he spends hours from morning to afternoon stuck in the buffet area. When he orders another drink, the waitress tells him he must settle his bill first. Riley checks his wallet, it's empty. In his other pocket, he finds the picture of Llama Island. Relief washes over him as he sees Daoming approaching. His panic melts away, replaced by hope. Riley realizes, "I must have left my money in Macau." His body feels scorching hot. He admits he's actually having a heart attack, and suddenly, it hits him. He regains consciousness in a small house built over the water. Daoming had brought him here from urgent care. Riley learns he's been unconscious for the past 2 days. Panic sets in. "I need to go. I'm 2 days late," he says. But Daoming warns him, "If you go back now, you'll die. Gambling will kill you." Together, they take a boat out into the water and jump in, swimming through the night. As darkness falls, they play a game where they only tell the truth. Daoming asks, "What are you running from?" Riley confesses that he's running after stealing money from a rich old lady. "I'm not just an addict," he admits. "I'm also a thief and a liar, but I want to be free of all this shame." Riley asks Daoming why she wants to help him. She tells him they are the same. In her village, girls were considered bad luck. As soon as she grew up, she stole money from her parents to escape and live a better life. A week later, her father died of a broken heart. From that day on, Daoming worked hard, saving money for her mother, who ultimately returned it. They talk about Buddhist hell, the realm of hungry ghost creatures driven by greed with huge mouths and thin necks, never satisfied no matter how much they eat or drink. Daoming tells Riley, "It's not too late for you." But Riley shakes his head. "It would take a miracle to change a man like me." While Riley sleeps, Daoming comes and sits beside him. When he wakes, she's gone. He makes himself some food, but a sound catches his attention. In front of him is a locked wooden shack. Using the password Daoming had written on his hand, he opens it and finds cash submerged in water. At first, he throws it back, resisting temptation, but the gambler inside him can't let it go. He pulls all the money out, puts on his suit, and leaves. Riley takes a boat back to Macau and returns to the casino. Seeing Betty arrive, he quickly moves to another table. This time, luck is on his side. Riley begins winning, his winnings soaring so high that the entire casino cheers. Security watches closely, amazed by his streak. Riley returns to his hotel and pays off his entire bill in cash. He smokes in his room, then jumps into the water, but he thinks he sees Daoming in front of him. Pulling his face out, she's gone. Strange hallucinations continue. The casino manager calls him in, accusing him of cheating. Surveillance staff reports seeing a mysterious figure behind him. They suspect a ghost is helping Riley despite his explanations. He's banned from playing at the casino ever again. Riley asks to see the video, but the casino refuses. The staff and associates are deeply superstitious, and their decision is final. Frustrated, Riley says he'll take his custom elsewhere, but he's banned from every casino in Macau. Back in his hotel room, he spreads all his winnings on the bed. He drinks heavily and eats so much that he eventually has to vomit. Hallucinations start to overtake him. He sees his grandparents on TV, spiraling further into madness. Desperate, he calls Alfred. "I'm offering you 8 million Hong Kong dollars on a single hand of Baccarat," he says. "If I lose, it proves there is no ghost. If I win, I'll leave Macau forever." Even Riley realizes the weight of this bet. Everything depends on it. That evening, he leaves with all the money. Betty tries to stop him. "You were supposed to return that stolen money, not bet it," she warns, threatening to call the police. She pleads with him. Riley counters, "The old woman isn't the only one I stole from. If you call now, they won't get what they need. Just let me play once. After that, I can pay everyone back. I've sworn to repay all my debts." Riley sits at the table. His opponent is Prince Lorenzo di Firenze, flown in from Monte Carlo. "Are you lucky enough to stake everything on a single hand?" Lorenzo asks. He matches Riley's bet. Riley's cards are 2 and 9, totaling 11. In Baccarat, only single-digit totals count, so he gets 1 extra card, leaving him with just 1 point. Lorenzo has 2 and 5, totaling 7. Riley needs an 8 to win a near-impossible probability. He reveals his card. It's the 8 of diamonds. Riley wins. "Now, what will you do with all that money?" Lorenzo asks. Riley smiles. "I'll pay off my debts." The scene shifts to Betty, arriving in a ballroom filled with cash. Riley appears behind her. "Do you believe in miracles?" he asks. "I do now," Betty replies. Riley has returned all the stolen money to the woman, even giving Betty an extra 50 grand. He kisses her and says, "Live a little." Betty asks about the dance, but Riley leaves, tipping the valet Kyle generously on his way out. Riley returns to the casino where Daoming works. The grandmother is waiting, offering him a side bet that could multiply his winnings 100-fold. Greed tempts him, but he shakes his head. "I am done gambling forever. I came here for Daoming." The grandmother tells him she's dead. She drowned on the first night of the Hungry Ghost Festival by the temple. Riley can't believe it. "But we were together." He protests. "I saw you." The grandmother calmly responds, "I'm sorry, but this is the truth." Riley says, "I saw her. I was with her." He leaves his yellow gloves behind, gathers his remaining money, and walks out. He heads to Daoming's house, but it's empty, completely deserted. No one is there. Pulling the Llama Island photo from his pocket, Riley realizes the truth. When he had his heart attack at the hotel, Daoming wasn't with him. She had already left him sleeping and gone long ago. He had been entirely alone. Just then, fireworks explode outside. It's Ghost Day, the day people burn offerings for the dead. Inspired, Riley takes all of Daoming's money and brings it to the festival. He burns it as an offering for her, honoring her in the only way he can. Finally, Riley returns to the same quiet shore where he and Daoming once sat together. The waves lap gently against the shore, and in that moment, he reflects on everything he's experienced: the gambling, the losses, the miraculous wins, and the people who changed him. And with that, the story comes to an end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to subscribe to Cinevoice. Hit the bell icon to stay updated and enjoy the journey.